Wednesday. This is Julie Bean, and I am going to be designing during the show live. So we're gonna have fun collaborating, sharing ideas, giving feedback, which are my very favorite types of shows to do. So I'm gonna be using this mix. So this is the Lavender Lemonade mix by Jessie James Beads, and it's available at Art Beads. And actually, if you're watching this live, right now we are also having a sale on the website on Jessie James Beads, so it's a great time to pick this up if you're interested. And I see already that Michelle is here saying good morning to everyone. So we've got Michelle in the background helping. I'm gonna put my glasses on because I really can't read the comments without glasses. It's getting to that point. And I see Marie from KC, and she likes the earrings. Thank you. We made these in another show. These are Raven's Journey beads. They're the aster flowers in that orange color. I see Kat. Good morning, Kat. Hello. It's always fun to see familiar names, and I want to say familiar faces, but familiar names. Someday we'll put faces to these names. So really fun. So this is live. So I am reading comments as they come in, which is super fun. Santa Barbara girl is here. Good morning. Great to see everybody. Now, you might also be watching this not on the artbeads.com website. You might be over on Facebook or YouTube. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Please go ahead and comment. Just know that I can't see your comments live. So if you want me to see them here in the show as we design together, follow the link in the description of your video. It will take you over to artbeads.com/live, and then I'll be able to see your comments. I see Deb is here. Hi, Deb. I get to see Deb next week, which I'm excited. So the Art Beads designers are going to be at Bead Fest in Lancaster, Pennsylvania next week, and I get to see Deb Floros in person. So if you are going to be there, you also get to see her and myself and Sarah Lovecraft, Becky Dahl, Andrea Bieber. You get to see Eric too. Eric is coming as well. So if you are going to be in the area, please make sure to stop on in. We are also having a workshop as well, where all the designers from Art Beads are kind of not co-teaching, but we're doing like a round robin. It's really cool, where we each have a project, and then it's just gonna be like one project after another in the course of this workshop, but all the designers are gonna be there helping each other out and helping each other teach. So it'll be a really fun time. There are a few seats left if you want to sign up, and we have a special code, ArtBeads25. That'll take $25 off the registration fee, so that's fun too. So yes, Eric is the star of the show. Yep, he brings the party. He's super fun. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So you'll see us next week. Oh my gosh, already next week, the last half of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we'll be doing all these fun live things from Lancaster. So it'll be a different setting. I won't have my normal backdrop, and we'll all be together, which will be so much fun. And I see Linda's here. Oh, from Sierra Madre. How fun. I love Sierra Madre. It has my very favorite crepe shop in it. I love it. And Diane is here. So lots of fun, fun, fun. Okay. I feel like I've been talking rather fast this morning. I'm sorry, I had a cookie. My son decided he didn't like the cookie I bought him, so I ate it. And so now I'm all sugary. Okay, so a couple other housekeeping things just before we get going. If you are new here to these live streams, you will see a little heart icon on your screen. So if you like something, click the heart. It lets us know you like it. It shows me floating hearts. If you want to share, there's an arrow button, so go ahead and click that. If you want to see everything in the show before banners pop up or before I mention it, click on the shopping bag. It has everything. You can then find the product details and learn about things. You can also add to your shopping cart right from there as well. Oh, and Rose is coming from Glendale. Yay, Glendale. I worked in Glendale for many, many years. I made that drive all the time. So I would actually pass Sierra Madre on my way to Glendale from where I am located. I'm a little further east. Okay, so lots of local people today. This is really fun. Okay, guys, let's start designing. Let's have some fun. I've talked enough. I want to design. Okay, here we go. I think we go. There we are. Okay, so my table here. So I don't have a project made ahead of time because I wanted us to do this together. So what I picked out as my foundation, so what's really going to be the basis for anything we make today, is this mix. So I'm going to open it up and show you guys what is inside. And they're so sparkly. So I picked this mix because it kind of had really fun summery colors, and I like that it also had some charms. So that is one thing I love about these Jesse James bead mixes, is sometimes they have something really unusual in them, like a tassel or a charm or a metal component. So I think that's what makes them really fun and unique. So I'm going to dump this so we can start to see what we can play with. So you get all of these in this one container. So this is one mix. And we're going to kind of break down what we've got here so we can see. Definitely the first thing that stood out to me are these bees, because I love bees in jewelry. So that I thought was really pretty. So you can see what the back looks like. And this is what I like about doing these live shows and videos, is I can turn it around. You guys can see all sides of it. Hi, Winnie. And Robin's here too. Yay. Okay, so you get 2 of these. And that's another nice thing, is a lot of these Jesse James bead mixes have these all counted out. So if you're making earrings, you get multiples. So you get 2 of these little bees. There's another little charm in here too. It's this little crystal charm. And you get 2 of it as well. So these are these really pretty little like crystals with a gold surround on them. I love this mix. It keeps me buzzing. I love it, Santa Barbara girl. Oh, hi, Jan from the UK. Oh, and Dawn from Washington and Anne from Michigan. How fun. My family's all up in Washington, up in the east side, Kirkland, Snohomish area. Okay, and then other metal components you get are these frames. So these look cool. So you've got a hole down here, so it looks like you can run a head pin through them. So I'm going to have fun trying to see if some beads from in here fit inside these frames, and you get 4 of them. So that's kind of neat. So that'll be fun to play with. Oh, hi, PJ. Okay, so these are what these frames look like. Okay, so that's it for the metal, although there is some metal on these large hole beads. So these are nice because they've got silver. So that was another thing I noticed. There's a lot of gold in this mix, but there's also some silver. And if you do, you can take some of these colors of beads here, and definitely for you silver fans, these would look so pretty with silver. See, I pulled some silver right here. So this really works whether you're a silver or a gold person. So we've got these beads here. So we've got these sparkly like pave set ones with the large holes. And then you've got these pretty lucite flowers. So these are a pretty little purple, and they're like a little bell cap. So I think we could use these as either like a bead cap, or we can use them as like at the bottom of an earring, like a little upside down flower, which would be fun. Okay, and then what else do we have? Oh, speaking of flowers, these are interesting. So these are pretty flat. So they're like a little flower disc almost. And you see they have that hole in the center. So those are neat. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those, but there's actually a lot of them. If we see how many there are, there's actually quite a few of these little flat discs, and they're nice and shiny. Oh, hi, Nancy from Henderson. Very nice. Kentucky. Okay, I had to make sure I was reading that right. Kentucky or New York, but it's Kentucky. Okay, and then these are pretty. So these, unlike the little lucite ones, which are concave in here, these ones are flat right here. So these are more solid, but they're like a pretty little flower drop as well. And then we got some nice, just round beads. So some good classic round. So you got a lot of kind of fun, unique items in here, but they're also giving you some of the nice kind of more classic beads that are going to be able to work with them. So that's always important. So a couple, so like a pearls, and then you got these ones, which are an interesting shape. Oh, hi, Sharon. So fun when we see familiar names pop up. Okay, so those are kind of cool. That reminds me of like a vase. Okay, and then there's a couple more beads. Oh my gosh, this just keeps going. I want to cover all of the different shapes in here so you guys can see it. These are like teardrops, and they're very, very sparkly. So I like these guys. So you get a bunch of those. I know, sparkle is so fun. And then if you want to see real sparkle, look at this guy. You get 2 of these. Look how sparkly that one is. And Deb is saying, I work with these mixes all the time, and they never disappoint me. Always lots of fun things to work with. I agree. I really like how the variety, you just get so many different things in here. So there's 4 of these big sparkles. Whoops, got another one in there. Oh, hi, RV Gal. Greetings from Illinois. Greetings back. Thank you for joining. Okay, so lots of sparkles. And then 2 really big beads. These are quite large in scale, so I'm going to have fun trying to figure out what to do with them. So I'll need your guys' ideas. They're light enough for an earring if you don't put a lot of other heavy items with them, but they're kind of on that borderline where I wouldn't want to really put any metal components or anything with these if you were going to do like a dramatic earring with them. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use these, but those are nice to have. Oh, and hi, Rosie. She says, I'm late. Oh, no, you're perfect timing. Here's what we're working with. We're working with what? Oh my gosh, where is it? It's the Lavender Lemonade. So it's the Lavender Lemonade Jesse James Bead Mix. Oh, and Dee from Texas, hello. Okay, guys, so I have this mix. Now, I did also pull these Prestige Crystal Blends. So I don't know if I'm going to use them with this, but I thought some of the colors looked really, really pretty with them. And I had these on my table anyway. So I thought if I wanted to have a little bit of a smaller bead, because there aren't really small beads in this mix. If you look at it, it's got kind of the nice larger beads, but I'm not seeing too many small ones. So I thought perhaps I would take like a mix like this, which are 4mm bicones. And I might, if I need a smaller bead, just pull it from like one of these mixes. So that's kind of nice, like a mix with a mix. So if you see this, you see all those sparkles, and the colors do work really well together. So I put these in the shopping bag as well, whether we use them or not. It's just kind of good to know as like an idea if we wanted to use them. Oh my gosh, and I'm getting behind on the comments. I'm sorry, guys. Pendant with wire wrap tassel from Santa Barbara Girl, and so much inspiration from Deb. Oh my gosh. Okay, and Kim. Oh, okay. And Kim says, I always save the super big and sparkly beads for ornaments and sun catchers. I think that is a great idea. This one would make a beautiful sun catcher. You could actually just hang a couple of these. Oh, ooh, I don't know. Maybe we're going to make a sun catcher today. At least the dangle part of it. That could be fun. Maybe we'll make the dangle part of it and we can hang it in the window. Okay, so here's the bicones. One of the big ones can be your next diamond ring. Oh my gosh, can you imagine having a diamond ring that big? Look at this. That'd be giant on there. That'd be fun. Lots and lots of bling. Okay, and then what else did I pull? Okay, so I pulled some basic findings. They're in the shopping cart, shopping bag. Just some head pins. I pulled a couple finished chain necklaces because I always like cutting these in half and having the clasp already attached, and then creating my focal with the beads. That's kind of one of my favorite things to do. I did pull some stretch cord. I thought maybe these would look really good as a stretch bracelet. So I thought that could be really fun. And then I got a twisted wire beading needle for the stretch cord as well, some earring hooks, and then just some wire. But you guys, I want to do the sun catcher. I think that's so fun. Okay, so let's do the sun catcher because I think that's a great direction. Okay, I'm gonna take some of these little sparkles out. It's a little bit more of a blue mix, it's called Sandy Beaches. Actually, or we could do this purple. No. If we're doing a sun catcher, because I might even put some of these bicones on, I think I'm gonna do this other mix because it's got more green and purple, which to me is a little bit more garden. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit more green and purpley. So to me, it's a little bit more garden. So I think this one has to be part of the sun catcher. So let's line up how we're going to do this in order, because I'm envisioning like a nice long dangle that we could hang from like our kitchen window, which would be really pretty. And then I'm thinking these would be great because they've got nice scale to them as well. So we could do this and this, maybe one on either side. And then I want sparkle because I want it to reflect the light. So if you're doing a sun catcher, I think it's fun. Oh, you know what? Should we put some of these together in there too? That could be like a really interesting shape, kind of stacked, like a couple of them. That might be fun. So like a stack of those. Maybe we'll do it with a little bit of these bicones too, because the bicones are just so sparkly. And then maybe we'll taper it down with these guys. How's that looking, guys? Oh, please don't do a sun catcher. Oh, okay. Well, Nancy, it'll be quick. It'll be quick. It won't take long because we're going to do it with wire wrapping, and it'll be really quick and easy. And then we'll go on to some earrings, maybe a stretch bracelet. We'll definitely have lots of fun. Okay, silver or gold for our sun catcher, guys. Oh, a mini sun catcher. That's a good idea. Why don't we just go ahead and do a gold one, because I pulled the gold one. And then we're going a small bead in between the flat ones. Ooh, that's a nice idea. We'll put a little bicone bead in between the flat ones up here. Okay, so I'm going to end this one with a sparkly crystal, because I'm thinking we want as much sparkle as possible, guys, on this sun catcher. Just because that's what I'd like to see, because you want it to kind of catch the light and bounce off. So I think I'm just going to do simple wire loops, because that's, well, maybe we'll do simple wire loop here, but I might do wrapped wire loops because my wire is a little bit on the thinner side that I pulled. I pulled a 26 gauge gold. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and make a little loop. Oh, you know what? We're here already. Let's just make a little twist in this wire here, just a little bit, just so that it's a little bit more secure. And that could have definitely been a simple wire loop too, but we're just going to trim that guy up. Okay, so we have our main dangle. So this will be the bottom of it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut some lengths of this wire here. This is the 26 gauge. So I'm going to cut a couple inches. This is probably 4 inches, 3.5. So we're going to do a loop up top. And just a couple quick wraps. And you could definitely use a heavier gauge wire as well. This is quite thin, it's 26 gauge. It'll work because we're doing wrapped wire loops, so they're going to be really solid anyways. But if you wanted something a little bit thicker, you could for sure. Okay, so we got a loop up there, and then we're going to do our wrapped wire loop down here. And before we actually do our wrappings, we're going to put our little bottom dangle on there. And just some wraps. And I kind of feel like doing messy wraps today. I'm just going to kind of go for it and have fun. And that's another thing, is sometimes your wraps don't have to be perfect. Especially like in this application, we're doing a sun catcher for the garden. So it feels like you can just kind of make them a little bit more organic, because it is a sun catcher. Is it going to go and catch the sun and be in the garden maybe, or off a window? Okay, another loop. And you'll notice the way I'm doing this is I am starting with a complete wrapped wire loop, and then I'm putting it through where I think the top is going to be, and then I'm making the wrapped one on the bottom where I connect it. So let's add this guy here. So you just put him in there. You can see we've got that little loop up top. Do it down here now. And we're going to slip this guy on. So we're just building from the bottom up. And if you are going to make a sun catcher, it's kind of, you can do it however you want with these beads. Of course, you've got a lot to choose from. But I know that Diane just mentioned you want to do it in the window, so it can be a prism for the light in your room. And the prism effect is going to come from having these really sparkly beads that are somewhat transparent, where you can kind of see through them and the light can bounce off of them. You're not going to get that prism with a more opaque bead. Oh, and absolutely love the Zeron fine nose pliers. Yes, 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 I agree. I am packing for Bead Fest and planning what I'm going to bring. And I might have mentioned this with my last show, I'm not sure, but I'm one of those people who I always just travel with a backpack. I don't do checked bags. It's just, I don't know, it feels a little easier, one less step to the travel process. But for Bead Fest, I am absolutely checking a bag so that I can bring my tools, because I love my Xuron pliers. I love my wire looping pliers, and I couldn't imagine not having them. So I think I have to check a bag. Okay, and we'll just keep building. Maybe this one, we'll put a couple extra sparkles on it. So maybe we'll take these green out of this mix. So there's a green out of that Prestige bicone mix. And we're gonna maybe put on either side just to get even more sparkles happening in our life. There we go. So I don't think I have the right earring hook here on my table for this, but I have seen people use an earring hook as the end of the top part of the sun catcher so that they can hang it easily. So like even like a kidney earring hook I've seen used. So like if you imagine like here's an earring hook, you've got like that little hook. So if you have an earring hook that's big enough, like I'll put it on here for this one. But you can do that as your way of anchoring it to your window. Like if you have a little curtain rod or something, or a little nail in your top area of your window, you know, that you want to hang it from. So I've definitely seen that. And like the big kidneys for sure. The big, you know, you've got those kidney ear wires, which are actually quite large. Those are really fun to do that. Okay, here's our sun catcher coming along. I like this. Okay, I'm going to do just a little bit more, and then we're going to move on to some earrings and things like that. And necklaces. We're going to have fun. Okay. Just going to keep building. I think we'll do 2 more links, and then our sun catcher will be done. But of course, whoops, I don't need to open that one up just yet. But of course, you can make this really long. You can make multiples of these. And I'll have to take some pictures and share with you guys how it looks in a window too. Oh, that reminds me, we have our Facebook group, Serious Art Beaters. And if you go to that and you join it, it's free. You can share photos of your work, and it's a really great community. So if some of you guys haven't checked out our Serious Art Beaters, Serious Beaters. Oh, you guys, I got to talking. I didn't link this one up. Okay. Go ahead and check that out, because it's a really great area to kind of join in more community talk, share ideas, projects, fun things like that. Oh, and Leanne says, great gift idea for the teenage daughters in my life. Yes, this would be really great for them. Like in their bedroom, this would be pretty. You could do it in their favorite colors too. Excuse me. All right, this is what we're looking like so far. I'm going to do one more just because I think these are really fun, and I love the idea of putting a smaller bead between them. So I need just one more little bit of wire. Okay, last one. This didn't take very long to do, so it would make a really great gift idea. Okay. Just saw a chicken wire window thing with all kinds of sun catchers in the chicken wire. Yes, RV Gal, I have seen that too. Are you talking about the ones that are on like an embroidery hoop? Because I've seen them do like chicken wire in an embroidery hoop, and then they run beads back and forth through them, which is really cool. That's the ones I've seen, but I'd love to hear more about it if you've seen different ones. Okay, so this little guy, let me see. Okay, there we go. So we got that right down there, and then I'm going to put a darker purple bead, and then another one of these guys, like that. That's kind of cool looking. I never would have thought to put a bead like that, but I love it. That's really fun. Okay, so RV Gal Nova's a window pane thing. Oh, that sounds neat. Oh, I'd love to see pictures of that one. Was it big? Was like a big window? I saw that. Very cool. Oh, neat. Okay, Paulette, cool. Yeah, this is fun to, like, now I want to go search that. Okay. And then let's go here. Last one. But you could absolutely make this longer. There's a ton of beads in this mix. Okay. Yes, it was the size of a window. Ooh. Loops to hang it on the top. Very pretty sounding. I love all the different things you can do with beads. Okay, guys, here we go. There's our sun catcher. I'm so glad we made this and designed together. These really are my favorite shows, when there's not a design done up ahead of time and we can just talk and come up with ideas and see where things lead. So I am going to put an earring hook on this just to kind of be like, this would be what it is. Like, you can just imagine if this is like a little bit bigger of an earring hook or those kidneys, but that gives you that anchor. Yay. Aw, thanks, Deb. I love your sun catchers, she says. All right, really pretty, guys. That was a fun idea. And this is going in my window, and my boys are going to love it. So thank you, guys. Okay, so there's a sun catcher. So making next, let's think. Well, you know, I did look at this, and when I ordered this chain, I did have one notion. I didn't make a project ahead of time, but I thought, I saw these in the mix, these pave set beads with the large holes. I was like, well, how would those look if you just put them on a chain? Because sometimes really simple jewelry is fun too. So how would that look as an earring, as a necklace? So that's a quick and easy gift idea for sure. What would it look like with 3 of them? Because sometimes we like to do things in threes. It's kind of a pleasing number when you're doing design. How would that look? Have 3 of these guys hanging from a silver chain. Ooh, I like that. Okay, that's super quick and easy. I don't know if you can get any quicker and easier than that. So that would be a perfect birthday gift or Christmas gift as we look ahead. So we've got sun catchers, and now that's a necklace. Okay, and someone said earrings. I want to do earrings too, because I love earrings. I really like these lucite flowers. So I think those are really, really pretty. So let's see how many of these we got. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we get 6 of them in this set. So then do we want to pair them with, there's these really pretty kind of blue. I hope they're showing up blue on camera. They kind of like a purpley blue, almost like a really light periwinkle. Okay, and then let's see how that would look coming out of one of these if it was hung upside down. So let's try maybe just a little crystal. Or maybe we won't even use the prestige mix for this one. Let's see. Okay, so that looks pretty. It kind of cups that bead. Oh, fairy earrings. The purple flower is the skirt. Ooh. How would we do that one? The purple flower is the skirt. So like this, that would be fun. Flowers facing forward too. So how would you have, so do you mean not down, but you mean like up, like facing up? Because that could be really interesting too, because we could do it I tend to face them down, but we could have them facing up. Let's see what that might look like. Or maybe now I do want a crystal for a little sparkle and something like that. now it's looking like a fairy. Okay. So, okay, yeah. Well, you know what I have done? I've done fairies before where I've actually done like little wire wrapping of arms and stuff, but that's a little bit more elaborate, where I've done like little dangling legs, and I don't know if I have the right body parts here. What would be a head? I might also just be going off on a tangent, but let's look. What would be a head? So if we did this as a skirt, I've seen the skirts stacked on top of each other, the flowers. Okay, so let's try this. So like this would be the skirt, like a couple of these would be the fairy skirt. And then we would need a body and a head. So this could be the body. I don't know if I have the right size bead for a head. And long dangly legs. Yes, yes, yes. I feel like the head's a little small, but we could try it for the long dangly legs. Oh, what we could do. Okay, guys, we're kind of going off on a fun tangent here. We're just going to give it a try. See what happens. This might work. It might not work. Okay, we're going to try some wire for the body. And we are going to make a pretty decent size loop. Blue bead head. Okay, let's try blue bead head. Oh, like this one here? The one that came in the mix? Let's try it. Okay, so we're going to create something here. And we're going to then do our legs in a sec first before we do our skirt. And just see what this comes out like. Okay, so for the legs, I'm thinking she could have like little fairy shoes of bicones. Let's see if this works. So we could put a little bicone down. And then what we can do is we can do our loop up here. Like right up here. See how we have like a little bit of wire there? And we can just do a little simple loop. Diamond-shaped gold thing for the body. Oh, the diamond-shaped gold thing. This thing? Like that for the body? Or the unusual one in the pile to your right? Unusual one in the pile to my right. Okay, I'm gonna, oh, these guys? This is fun, guys. I'll hold them up one by one as we get the skirts on. Okay, so I'm gonna make two little legs. I don't know, maybe she should have pink shoes instead of crystal because pink would show up better. All right, let's see if we can kind of make the legs the same size. Little dangling legs. And we'll see if this works. If it doesn't, it's a really fun experiment. Or maybe you have a bead at home that would be the right, where did it go? Here it is. Maybe you have a bead at home that would be good. Okay, cloudy bluish purple bead in that pile. Oh, this one? Oh, we could do that. It's kind of a body shape. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put the little legs on. There's one leg. And now we're gonna put a second little leg on. Okay, two legs. Okay, and now we've got the interior form. Okay, so there's our little legs. Then what we can do is we can put a first skirt on. So the first skirt covers the little loop that we made. So she's got some little legs hanging out there. And I like the idea of the stacked skirts. I thought that looked more ruffly. With a flower cap as a hat. Oh, flower cap as a hat would be cute. Okay, so do we think we need another skirt or should we try this as the body? Do we like that as the body or do we want to try a different bead? Because then for the head, we could do this one. So we could do that. Oh my gosh, I kind of want to paint a face on that now. I feel like you could go crazy with this. You could just keep going. Okay, so no on this one. So what do we want to do, guys? Do we just want to do like inspired as a fairy? Like we could do, well, we have this purple bead here. Put spacer between the head and skirt for a necklace. Okay. Well, that's looking like a better body, I think. It's a little bit more scale appropriate for that. A spacer, so like one of these guys. Okay. Like that. Oh, that almost looks like a fairy with a hat right there. So we could do that, or we could try, like if we're not going to put a head, because I feel like if we put a head on here, it's going to get really long, but well, maybe that's okay. Now she needs some arms. She needs it. Oh yeah, it does look like an angel. I love these shows, guys, when we just kind of go for it and we don't really have a plan when we start, and then you never know what's going to happen. That's cute. So she's got her little legs. She's got her little necklace, these could be like angel wings. I'm trying to figure out how to get arms, guys. I mean, I could do a couple more if we want to really have a full body. Well, let's just see what it would look like to put some arms on. So if for arms, we could try it just like this, but I think they're going to stick out weird. I'm a little unsure. Maybe they'll just kind of be the fairy look without actually having the arms. Although I think there might be a way of doing also like a twisted wire arm. But that would take, I think, a lot of experimenting. But we could try that sometime. Okay. Maybe we need to like bend these, like she's got like an elbow. Okay, I'm going to try to bend these to make it look like she's kind of got like an arm that has an elbow to it. I don't know why she has crystal hands, but why not? Okay, so kind of like a little elbow, and let's just see what this would look like beneath the spacer, and then we can take it off if we don't like it. Okay, so there's one arm. Yeah, the arms probably aren't going to work. I don't think she needs the body bead. It says, okay, chain arms. Oh, chain arms would be fun. So there would be her little hands. Yeah, but the hands I think are going to go weird. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the hands, the arms. Yeah, that might be a little too much. Okay, I'm going to take those off because I think we'll just do the kind of the feel of the inspired by. Okay, so let's do this, and then we'll do this. So we've got our little dancing fairy. Okay, and then I'm gonna just finish this off with a wrapped wire loop. And then if you guys do other versions of these, I would love, love, love to see it, because this was something that I think is a really cute idea that you could do a lot of variation on. Like you could leave off the top bead, leave off the middle bead. All right, where's our girl? Okay, here's our girl. She turned out great. Okay, so is she an earring? So we can put an earring hook on her, and then you would make the matched pair. So let's see. And you will definitely be getting comments on these when you wear these, because this is so unique. You will definitely have people stopping and commenting in a positive way. Okay, there's our fairy girl earring. Cute. Okay, so I'm going to design a couple more things. And if you guys have any ideas, let me know, because we still have time to do another design or two. So we got a suncatcher, we have a little fairy, we have this necklace here. I want to see, just because I'm very curious, what bead in this mix fits inside this little window frame. So let's see. So we've got this bead is too big. Okay. So that bead is too big. So I'm going to think it's going to probably be this pearl. So this pearl fits inside that window frame. And what about this bead? Oh, this bead fits perfect. Okay, so this kind of like milky, light amethyst one fits in it. Oh, and Gilda's saying a bookmark or a keychain will be pretty. Oh, do you mean for our fairy girl? I think that would be really pretty for the fairy girl. I know Becky Doll, she loves reading and she loves like fantasy and fairy books and stuff like that. And she loves making bookmarks too. So she would probably really have fun with that. Okay, that's pretty. That's very elegant. This looks very like museum worthy. I think of like museum gift shops, and this is what this reminds me of. So this one, maybe this is all it needs. Sometimes simple is really good. So let's just look and see what this might look like just as a very simple, elegant, classy earring. Guys, I apologize. My loops are not my best today. I think I'm really hot. I know I've mentioned that like the last couple of shows, but it is warm in the Los Angeles area, as I know it is in many other parts of the country. But for you guys who are in Glendale and Sierra Madre, you probably know what I'm talking about. Like we have our air conditioning on and I'm still really hot. And I think I got lights on me too. Oh, and then bee earrings would be great. Yes, we have to do the bee earrings, guys. Okay, I like that. Simple, elegant, very easy. And that frame is really what makes it very different. Okay, let's do one more pair of earrings with the bee for this show. So I love the bee. And we can pair the bee with, I mean, really anything. He can go with these guys, which are these teardrops. We have these pearls, which I think are so pretty. I mean, we could do it with the teardrops and the pearls. That would be a really pretty earring. Okay, let's try that. So we're going to, we've done a lot of wrapped wire loops. Let's do some simple wire loops. And then if we want, we can put some crystals in here too, just to add a little bit more sparkle. I don't know if it needs it though. No, I don't think it needs it. I think it's going to be really great on its own. Okay, so I'm going to make myself an eye pin, and the only reason I'm not using my wire is because my wire is 26 gauge, and I don't really like doing eye pins out of 26 gauge wire. I just don't think they hold. So and I don't have head pins here, so I do have I don't have eye pins here, so I do have my head pins, which are a little heavier gauge. So I just cut the head off, used my wire looping pliers to make a little simple loop. And then we're going to open that loop up and slip on our bee. Yeah, the bees are great in this mix. The bees are really, really nice. Okay, so now we've got our little bee. And now we're gonna put on this pretty blue pearl. And that right there would be a great earring too. So here's another variation where, you know, we're going to go a little bit more. We're going to add to it, but I don't think you have to. I think you could stop right here and this would look really nice. Okay, so it's going to make another simple loop. And just trim where it crisscrosses and then just kind of straighten it up a little bit. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we are going to grab this bead here, that pretty little teardrop bead, and we're going to cut the head off again and make ourselves a little loop. And you see how I notch it back? So I just take it and I kind of press it back a little bit so that it's the right orientation, because you don't want your loop like off to the side and your wire at an angle. And the beauty of wire is it is movable. You can adjust it however you like. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and make a simple wire loop up top. And I think on this case, I do want them, well, we'll adjust the orientation when we're done. I'm not sure which way I want the loops to face, so that I'll hang right with the earring hook. That's always something you look at as kind of like the last step when you're making jewelry, just to make sure that you have your focal hanging forward. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on it. Just open it up, link it. And close it on up. Okay, so before I put the earring hook on, I know that the earring hook is going to be like this orientation. You see how that loop is? So I know it's going to connect like so. So I'm going to hold this with my pliers as if my pliers were my earring hook and see which way this hangs. So does it hang going forward? Nope. See my B? He's off to the side, if you can see that. So I need to get him to face forward, which means I need to change the orientation of my loop right here. And I'm going to do that just by taking my pliers and literally rotating it. And so now my B is facing forward. So that's just a little tip too. I know a lot of people do that already, but maybe if you're new to jewelry making, you can change the orientation of your loop. You don't want to do it a bunch of times because you don't want to stress your wire out and you don't want it to break. But if you just do it like one rotation, you're going to be totally fine. And then you have your focal facing forward. Ooh, this is a pretty earring. I like this earring a lot. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put our earring hook on here. And your earring hook, you make sure that it is the right way so that your guy is facing forward, because he does have a front and back to him. Some charms do and some charms don't. So this one does, but here, we're done. There's our earring. I love that little guy. Great idea. Oh, and RV Gal is saying, so funny, the other day I got a bunch of new tools from Art Beads and was just looking at your cutters and thought those would be nice to have, and you already have it. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, these are my favorite. These are my core. And I know there's a lot of different ones to choose from, but I love these cutters because they have such a nice little tip to get in there. I struggle with kind of ones that have a thicker head to them. So I love these cutters. Of course, I love my wire looping pliers. And then I have two very, very different pair of chain nose because that gives me the flexibility to have a really narrow one and a really thin one. And then sometimes I need these thicker ones to really grip something wider. So these are my favorites. I use them for everything. Definitely going with me to Bead Fest. All right, guys, that was really fun. Okay, let's see what we got again. And if anyone joined midway through and want to go back and watch these, we do have all these videos archived. You can always watch the replay. And if you are watching this live right now, there is a sale at artbeads.com on the Jesse James beads, including this mix. And this is the Lavender Lemonade mix. Okay, so we made a sun catcher. Yay, that is really fun. That's going to go in my kitchen window. I love it. And then we've got a really simple necklace, but very pretty. This one looks like something you would buy definitely at a boutique. This is that boutique-y look. So I think if you made this for someone, they would be really thrilled. So you could do 1 or 3 beads. And then we've got our girl. We've got our fairy girl. She's so cute. I love the ruffle. All right, and then we've got our little window frame one. So this one I'm calling the museum earring. Also looks like a picture frame, so that works well with museums too. And then we've got our bee as well, which I love this guy too. He's really pretty. And then I do see a question from Debbie saying, I don't know how to tell which cutters do what. Is there a place to learn about the differences? So definitely the actual product description. So the actual description, when you click on it, should tell you what they're good for. But you can always ask questions. Always, you can ask questions in these lives, or you can send it to our customer service and they'll definitely let you know, or let us know what the application is that you're trying to do with a pair of cutters. And then they can help direct you with which ones would be best for sure. Okay, and then let's look at the beads we have left over. So these are our leftover beads from this lavender lemonade mix. So we didn't use a couple of these bead styles. So We didn't use this style here, so this is like a pretty little charm. So that would be great on like a charm bracelet or something. And then we did use these big ones. We ended up not using these kind of like vase shaped ones. So be thinking what you might want to do with those. This was another style that didn't get used. It's kind of like this little, it's not matte, but it's kind of like a shimmer, I'd say. And then the other style we didn't end up using were these guys, another little like flower, but he's solid. He's not concave on the inside. All right, guys, I'm going to flip the camera back really quick so we could say goodbye for this week. And then we have other shows this week, which will be fun with Becky and Sarah coming up. Put them all together to make a bracelet. Yes. I agree, Elizabeth. I had brought out the stretch cord. I thought these would actually be really cool on a stretch bracelet. So that you could definitely do. That'd be a quick and easy one for sure. Or you could do a strung bracelet with them. Absolutely. All right. Okay, we did it. My camera's okay. So let's kind of look at scale wise. So here's our girl. So if you see her against my ear, she's a really nice scale actually. I like her. And look at those legs. The legs are the best. And then the sun catcher. So you can see it, how long it ended up being. So there we go. Oh, and it's kind of, because my window's in the background, so you can kind of see how it's catching the light. So really nice and sparkly on that. So lots of fun here. And then the other earrings. Oh, and I'm seeing so many nice comments from RV Gal and Marie and Leanne. And oh, guys, this has been really fun. Okay, and then we got that one. And then finally, we have this necklace, so you can kind of see what this would look like. So simple, elegant, really pretty as well. All right, thank you guys for joining me. If you added anything to your shopping cart, please remember to close it out. We do sell out quickly on the items that are in the shows, especially things like mixes. Do tend to sell out pretty quickly. So if you have something that you'd like to pick up, do remember to close out that shopping cart. And then if you're going to be in Pennsylvania next week in Lancaster, please come by and say hi. I would love to put some faces to your names. And then if you're not going to be able to make it, we will be streaming all week. We'll be having so much fun. So we're going to be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you can't make it to Lancaster, please do join us live because we'll be having fun doing lots and lots of fun things. Okay, and I'm seeing Linda and Marie and Elizabeth. Oh, thank you guys. I love the comments. I love the community. I love the support. Thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful day and have fun and make jewelry and create and just have a great rest of the day and rest of the afternoon. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.